Hey traders, the Chart Guys Swing Report newsletter is currently live. In the description of this video, there are two links. The first is to the sign up page where you can also get emailed an example of a previous copy. And the second is to an in-depth video to let you know exactly what the Swing Report entails. Appreciate your attention. Let's get on to the charts. Hey traders, checking in on the market. For the most part, today was the same as yesterday as far as the same range. And then into the close, the bulls got a break. And the bottom line is the bulls are keeping their strength. We held the low of yesterday by 13 cents, and we had a nice bottom fishing play off of that level. So looking at it, we had a open where it looked like we were going to break the low of yesterday, and as soon as we saw this 5-minute candle, the bulls then gave themselves some space to work with to hold that low of yesterday. And if we're not going to break the low of the previous day, we know the bears are not going anywhere. We then saw an all-out dump in response to the potential of a 2-week delay to get any kind of COVID bill coming through the pipeline. That led to a dump, and this was my ideal bottom fishing scenario. The 5-minute time frame's in a waterfall. 5-minute RSI oversold. Low of the day still holding 327.86. And then I zoom in and say, okay, well, the 2-minute time frame is in a waterfall. We have now dropped $1.50 straight almost, with no 2-minute bounces. So that's good to go for me. Love that risk to reward. I make an entry in the low 328s. I use the low of yesterday as a stop because I'm going to give that extra 13 cents of wiggle room. So I was ending up risking about 30 to 40 cents. And the bounce ended up being significant. I did not stay in for the whole bounce. I exited half of my position real quick. Exited the second half of the position in the 328.60s. As I was getting ready for the live stream and had a couple things to do, but a beautiful bottom fish play. Again, the risk is small, and the reward ended up being sizable. So where we stand from here, hourly uptrend still intact, and a lack of resistance as we look to the gap fill on SPY in the 332s. 332.58. When we lose the pattern of a higher low each day, we're looking for a daily higher low compared to 319.25, which is currently over 3% away. IWM, close at the high of the day, bull break of 150.20, and here we are looking back at the high of the COVID bounce, 153.39, as the only short-term resistance level. Weekly time frame, quick little higher low formed in a bull flag, and now it's all about 153.39. QQQ, blue sky breakout. Tech sector bulls remaining strong. Didn't break the low of yesterday. Tons of space for a daily higher low. Healthcare sector. So our low was 104.15. Our bounce was just a daily lower high compared to 107.31. Now the bulls need to change the daily trend back in their favor by holding 104.15 and breaking 106.97. That would give us a little daily higher low and higher high, which would increase the odds significantly of a weekly bull flag, as we are hovering just under the all-time high by about 1.1%. Financial sector. For me, it's still all about that 2440s resistance zone. So if XLF is over 2450, it will be notable for me. And if we break 2371, it'll be notable for me. And until one of those two things happens, it won't be notable for me. So patiently waiting for clarity, and the bulls would love a break of 24.50 because we're sitting here looking at the S&P 500 saying, all right, is it really going to be tech that leads us further? But then we look at the healthcare sector and say, well, it's right at all-time highs as well. And if XLF can join the bull's strength, that's when we get significant follow-through. And in my opinion, SPY will not be looking at an all-time high unless XLF can break 24.50. Keeping in mind that SPY all-time high is 3% away. As astounding as that is. Biotech sector had a nice top fishing play, rejected from the high of yesterday by 3 pennies into a 2% pullback. We then bounced around. Nice bottom fishing play off the low of the day, held by 21 cents. So a whole bunch of volatility back and forth. I'm going to have to double check. That's probably earnings reactions here as to why the biotech sector is now weak again after hours. But bigger picture, we're looking for a daily lower high compared to 115.46. And we need a loss of the hourly uptrend to indicate a daily lower high has been set compared to that level. SMH is a lead sector bull. Blue sky breakout, all-time highs. AMD, NVDA, very strong. Closing at the high of the day, 5 of the last 7 days. And that shows us momentum and follow through. Higher low, consistently, each day. Blue sky breakout. The VIX, still in our channel, fading back down. Inside bar today, but watching this channel very closely. Again, as I said yesterday, we generally break channels hard and fast on the VIX, but that doesn't mean we can't stay in this downward channel for another 2-3 weeks. Gold, nice follow through. 4-hour rising wedge. And this is why I love wedges, but price levels have to break for me to have confidence. We never lost the little 4-hour higher low pattern over the last couple days. Bull break, new all-time high, clearing 2,000 significantly. No sign of weakness in the metals. So that means I am no longer have any interest bearish the bull miners. I talked about that potential trade setup yesterday, but the requirement for that was seeing a bear break of that gold 4-hour rising wedge. Silver, right up at resistance, but has not broken it yet. We are still 1% away. 12-hour bull break by getting over the double top just under $25, and notable 4% of follow through on that break. If we reject from 26.20, plenty of space for a 4-hour higher low to form. Now we're watching again, is Bitcoin going to follow the precious metals again? Bitcoin's consolidation is sideways and remaining healthy. And we saw GBTC, which is one way for Bitcoin exposure through stocks. That's what it did into the end of the day, with Bitcoin not doing that at all. A little bit of a tell that bulls want exposure in Bitcoin overnight. And in my opinion, that's because of metal's strength. Just like why I entered Bitcoin a couple weeks ago, because of metal's strength. I should say added to Bitcoin a couple weeks ago. Bull miners, so we're right up at that resistance level, and we actually broke it by a couple pennies. So again, I'm no longer interested in a top fish because the bull metals, the metal bulls, are proving themselves. And we're now looking up at 45 psychological as resistance, and the next level after that, with certainly limited levels in this range, 45.92. Oil with a huge recovery. I have this circled because I was talking on the live stream about how we had a bear break for one day. That is not follow through. It was a big bear break, absolutely. But if you do not see lower highs and lower lows on shorter term time frames to see follow through of longer term time frame bear breaks, we know to zoom out, because that daily bear break is just a weekly higher low. And here we are looking right back up at the highs. So resistance is 42.08, 42.36, and 42.51. And due to the size of this bounce, if we fail to break 42.51, bulls can be looking for an entry on a daily higher low using 38.72 as a stop. Natural gas bulls keeping their momentum going. Nice follow through on the daily. 4-hour higher low set at $2. And lack of resistance, we're looking up to 225, 226 area from here. So no sign of weakness in the overall market. Nice volatility and lots of individual names. There is always opportunity in both directions in this market. The weak names are staying weak. The strong names are staying strong. I prefer the strong names as long as the S&P 500 is holding up well. But I'll be looking to short weak names when we start to see broader market weakness. No sign of it yet. Let's see if we get all-time highs sometime in the first couple weeks of August. Hope you had a good day. Do good things, and we'll see you soon. I'm out of end of video content at the moment, so we're going to go back to the White Mountains of New Hampshire from 10 months ago, and even with that introduction, I will still get a message of someone wanting to meet up in New Hampshire right now. I am not there, but it was fun.